For many of us, a quiet assumption runs in the background of our lives, a lingering feeling that deep inside, something is inherently damaged. It rarely shows up on the surface. To the outside world, everything looks fine. But internally, this unexamined belief dictates our choices and eats away at our sense of worth. Because we assume we are broken, we spend our lives in a frantic search for repair. We chase external validation, hoping a new achievement or a better relationship will finally fill the gap. By treating our humanity as a project under construction, we turn the normal experiences of having flaws and fears into a permanent problem that needs to be solved. We throw ourselves into the work of self-improvement. We set out to fix ourselves through milestones, routines, and reaching for some idealized version of who we should be. We demand flawless progress. We expect that if we just do enough work, we will eventually reach a state of complete certainty and perfect healing. We approach a threshold labeled enough, but as we get closer, the line stretches. We remain always one breakthrough away from a destination that keeps receding. This keeps us in a cycle where we view our entire existence as a project under construction. When we spend every day searching for a fix, we are constantly reinforcing the idea that we are still missing something. The very act of chasing wholeness keeps us focused on the belief that we are currently incomplete. Occasionally, a simple, unexpected thought interrupts the loop. What if the fundamental assumption is wrong? What if you aren't actually broken? It's a disorienting idea. If there is nothing to fix, we must ask what the struggle and pain of the past was actually for. Removing the label of brokenness requires a reevaluation of our history. We have to look back at our mistakes and our lonely seasons through a different lens. For years, we use our fears and our disappointments as evidence of damage. We see them as the scars of a person who has failed to hold themselves together. But we don't apply that logic to a child learning to walk. When they fall, we don't call them broken. We recognize that stumbling is how the learning actually happens. We extend that grace to children, yet we demand a flawless trajectory for ourselves. We treat our own stumbles as proof that something is wrong with our design. Uncertainty, fear, and messy healing aren't deviations from the path. They are the path. They are the standard parameters of being alive. Broken things cannot grow. Broken things cannot learn. Broken things cannot keep showing up after disappointment. Yet we have done all of those things, again and again, year after year. Those scars are not evidence of failure. They are evidence of experience. They show that you have lived and survived, which suggests that the word broken never actually fit you. Releasing the idea of brokenness changes what healing looks like. It stops being an attempt to reach an impossible, flawless state. We often wait to become a different, better version of ourselves. But healing allows us to inhabit the person we already are, more fully than before. Growth doesn't mean erasing the mistakes of your past. It means learning how to carry that history without letting it define your entire identity. Your wounds are real, but they are only a fraction of your totality. Wholeness isn't the absence of pain. It's the realization that your wounds are not the entirety of who you are. There is a profound dignity in realizing you don't need to be fixed. It allows you to stop being a problem and start being a person. The inner voice begins to shift. We stop treating ourselves as a failed project and begin extending the same quiet patience we would give to a dear friend. The focus moves away from what is wrong with me and toward what happened to me and what wisdom have I earned. These questions replace the weight of judgment with self-understanding. They prioritize the truth of our survival over the shame of our struggle. The goal was never to become flawless. The goal was to remember what has been true all along. You were never a problem to solve. You were always a person learning how to live.